You wouldn't believe where I'm seated right now. This still don't look like a house. I have a full-time job. I have to sleep, so there's so much I can do. Hi everyone, this is Maria. I'm an illustrator and graphic designer from Chile. Currently, I work in the New York Times on Saturdays. I do the morning newsletter column, and then I work for all of these other media. I'm just a little bit tired of my job. I spend most of the day like drawing in the screen on the computer, and I don't actually go outside. And decided to do something completely different, and actually bought a house in Japan and renovated it. So this is a new little project that we are working in. Me and my husband.
Hi, I'm Rami. I'm also from Chile. I'm a psychiatrist, a bit of a filmmaker and animator, and now almost a Japanese construction worker. We bought a house, and we've been months and months working our asses off to get it in the best shape.
Our little cat called El Gato, it's joining us today. Super excited for you to see it and to see all the future projects that we are working on. Probably about renovation, most of them, but about our travels.
A lot of troubles.
Travels or travels?
A lot of trouble and travels.
This is our house that we bought in Japan. It's been a month. It's been hard work, but it's finally ready, and we can't wait to show you guys how it's looking, everything inside. Well, long story short, this tiny house in the north part of Kyoto cost, I think, about a third part that we would have been paying back in Chile. In Chile, negotiating with the owner and the bank to get a credit, it's a true nightmare. Early on, my partner and I thought, let's renovate it ourselves, DIY, etc. What could go wrong, right? We've done some similar projects before, so we figured we'll be fine. The house was supposed to be in a good shape with a recent surface remodel, but we didn't know what kind of challenges we were in for. At one point, I felt like we might not make it, especially when we had to paint the third floor. I'm hungry, I'm scared, I'm with Rami. These are the boxes. As you may see, they still don't look like a house. When we thought we were almost done, new little things and not so little things kept popping up. After 36 hours of flying, we finally landed in Japan, best country in the world, and the very next day we were already in the office signing papers to get the keys. The paperwork went extremely faster than expected, and before we knew it, we were holding the keys to our new home. This is the day. I'm so excited. Okay, we just finished the closing, and we don't want to bother the neighbors, so that's why we are speaking very low. This is it. This is the palace. This is the first time that we will open this door. Hold on, please. Okay, you ready? We don't have lights yet. From what I see, it's perfect. Here we are in our newly bought house in Kyoto. This is supposed to be the kitchen and the entryway, the toilet. And if you turn around, you can see the living room, tatami floor, the ceiling. There's nothing here, nothing to see, but that's it. There's the space for it. Going back, as you can see, this is the other way around. There's no division between the tatami room and the supposed to be kitchen. The stairs are very tall and it leads to a very, very, very light room. It's big actually. And in the other side, this is supposed to be our kotatsu room in the future. This frost window, we don't like it. We want to see the outside, so we're probably gonna change that. This is the terrace or balcony that we have. It doesn't have like a normal Western stairs to go outside. You go outside through the window, but it works. This was supposed to be a traditional Japanese toilet because of the composition of the bottom and the top. I think it was a hole in the ground basically, but they put like a normal toilet with a thing for washing the hands in the top. We were honestly a little paranoid about making noise, for a few reasons. The house is basically a sandwich between other two houses. The neighborhood is also super residential, and Japan is famously quiet. And as you know, we're from Latin America. So we wanted to save our noise credits for the actual remodel. We probably wouldn't been able to set up a whole house in a foreign country in a foreign language without Amazon. But in Japan, you can't just leave things to chance, as you know. So we had to camp at the house, waiting for every package since they don't like leaving things unattended. During the remodel, we had no clue how we'd manage to paint the whole exterior. In our minds, it was this perfect Photoshop thing that we will do in person and it wouldn't represent so much trouble.
It's full of spiders. It's like a nest.
But we got a ladder, a long one, and it was too short to get to the highest part, so you could imagine how high this thing was. Until Rami, out of pure desperation, figured out he would climb up and finish that high up part by himself. Every house in Japan, like this kind of machiya from the 50s, have these little sticks. Those were very worn, they were broken, some of them were actually missing, so we figured we have to do all that thing again. We recreate the original window, of course, with our resources. Probably the wood was not the same. We painted it black and we made it look like Japanese. It definitely was like a final touch from the painting that Rami did. Most importantly, as you know, part of our Japanese dream was having a kotatsu. So the first thing that we did was hitting Muji and order a kotatsu before we even have gone to the supermarket. It looks like a coffee table. Under it, you can find a heater. Yes, just a dream situation here for people who is cold all the time like me. You can actually go inside of it. This thing reclines, just perfection, and then you receive the beautiful warm situation here, just perfection. What we learned when we arrived to the house is that the custom or the tradition here in Japan is to give like a little present, say your name or something like that, to the neighbors, specifically the neighbor that is in front of you, the one in the right and the one in the left. Optionally, it could be the corners, like the ones that are in front, left and right. What we bring from Chile was this kind of like spice that we use a lot that is called merquén. Also like a little notebook. We created this little postcard with a little illustration for the neighbors saying basically that we are from Chile. So wish us luck because we're about to cross the street and give them the presents, so yeah. Did we told you that we didn't have a kitchen? So we managed to create or recreate a kitchen, putting new furniture. And then in the bathroom, the tiles were so old that we actually had to put them again. And the rest of the bathroom seems fine, you know? So this was very hard work because, you know, putting tiles it's a very, very, very crafty handwork to do. So we did that and we're very proud of them. Our happiest moment, or when we realized we actually had the house almost ready, was when we encountered the backyard that was full of boxes and trash and stuff, and we cleaned it up, we put the stones, we put the water sources, some little green plants here and there, and we create our own Japanese garden. Japanese gardens are very asymmetric. They always have some kind of water source and also a lot of stones and just the amount needed of green so it looks natural. We try to recreate something similar with our garden. Our dear Rami took care of the painting. He has the patience and also don't care about doing 1 or 2 or 3 layers. We felt that we need a separation between our main tatami room and the newly made kitchen. So I installed a Japanese style folding screen, you could say a biombo or something like that. Also, we wanted to add another Japanese touch, so we put some lovely Japanese patterns on the both of the upstairs doors. These are traditional wallpaper. In Japan, you have like normal wallpaper that you peel on stick or you put glue on it. This came with the wet glue included in it, and it's very hard to put together, but we made it. In our activities, Rami discovered that having glasses made was very easy, cheap and fast, especially if you don't have a prescription with you, because in Japan you actually don't need a doctor to make your prescription and they do it in the same place as you get the glasses. It is very important to maintain the front of the house clean and beautiful, as our dear neighbors, so we did our best to make it as Japanese as possible, keeping the proportions, with plants and our own tanuki statue that we thrifted in a nearby shop. With all the Amazon orders, you can imagine the amount of cardboard and styrofoam that was mounting up on the house. I don't know, we were living basically in the trash and we didn't know what to do with all of it, and we were never certain or sure where to leave the stuff because, as you know, in Japan everything is recyclable, so we were never sure what was trash. We figured out in the second, third week of the renovation that there's certain rules on each neighborhood of how to manage stuff, and we finally learned it, but there's this Bible of rules that Japan has and each neighborhood has one. We finally figured it out, but it's crazy how they actually teach you basically how to not buy so much stuff because you will have to deal with your boxes. The main bathroom needed touch-up, so we painted the walls and upgraded the tiles. We made this wooden box for the lamp outside to give the front another Japanese touch. We tried changing the front door handle, but we broke it. And it was so old that no other handle would fit, so we just ended up getting a new door. Ta-da! That was its own hassle. And the installation made all the noise that we were avoiding since we started. But basically, I think I was, in this point of the process, I was in the verge of crying and screaming all together. But it happened, and the door was perfect. Even though it was a ton of work, we kept ourselves well fed. Ya sabe a obra de arte. Si el arte tuviera buen sabor, entonces sería el sabor del arte. Itadakimasu.
Brother,
Arigato. were finally over and we had some final details left. We had some cushions in the second floor balcony, soap and fragrances in the bathroom, little details in the kitchen, a coffee maker, a Kyoto vase, a terrarium, if you can call it so, because it's very small, and of course hidden the Wi-Fi thing because it's very ugly, a beautiful staircase pennant, and the doormat in the entrance. It's reveal day! Yay! We're super excited. Here we go. This is the final look. Every part of gray that you see here, it was painted by Rami. Yes, I painted all the black parts that you can see here. It was a lot about the details. A carpet, a little olive tree, maybe a bench, working around the wood pieces here that were broken in the beginning. When we arrived, the windows were like in terrible state. There was just 2 or 3 pieces of wood remaining on the door. This was the final part. It was just put here maybe 2 days ago. Before that, we didn't have like a real door. It was like a metal frame weird thing that it was looking like a toilet or little bike friends that take us to every place in Kyoto. And it's time to open the door. Are you ready? Look at this fridge. The fridge is so tiny. Like I'm 160 meters. Very short, so you can imagine how short is this fridge. We put these roller curtains. Here you can find the laundry space. And this is the garden. Here's the little toilet. You know, this step, it was supposed to be for you to sit like this in the ground. So, not anymore. Moving on. Look at this door. I'm so proud of it. Our favorite part of the house is the kotatsu room. This is the room. We love it so much. Believe it or not, we have like a little balcony that we really love. We weren't expecting it to go so well. So bad at times, but hopefully you can stay with us in Japan, in our house, not with us. The house, you can rent the house in Japan.
Yes. Hopefully you enjoyed the trip, the adventure, the results, everything.
Yeah. Who knows, maybe we have things to come.
Subscribe, like, share, rent the house.
Bye.
Gatito, despiértate. Ña, 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 Ña.